Hi guys, welcome to the garden. As you can see in front of me, I've got a little bit of an obsession when it comes to growing strawberries, and with how easily they clone themselves because they essentially do it themselves. I'm always posed with the question of, do I want more strawberries? And most of the time it's a yes. So far this year, I've already cloned over 20 of these plants, and I've got another 10 that are attached to their mother plants and ready to be removed as of today. Since moving into this garden a few years back, I've grown this particular variety beneath me well over 100 times, and for very good reason. I've grown about 6 different varieties of strawberry so far, those being El Santa, Vibrant, Florence, Toscana, Roman, and then this one, which I believe is the best out of the lot, and that is Marshmallow. For me personally, this variety has been the best because it's outdone the rest of them in pretty much every category. It's overall size of the berry, total yield, plant health and disease resistance, and most importantly, taste. On a side note, if you know of any varieties that might be superior to this one or give it for a run for its money in those 4 categories I just mentioned, please feel free to leave a little note in the comments. And hopefully, if I get a few different varieties, I may be able to do a bit of a strawberry showdown in the future to see which one I believe to be the best. Rumour has it from a couple of other videos I've seen, there may be a French variety known as Moreau de Bois that may be able to beat this one in terms of flavour. I want to see how it matches up in terms of those other categories too. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at these clones now they're ready to be separated from their mothers. I know it sounds a little bit evil, but don't worry. The amount of care and effort I put into these plants, I'm sure they'll do just fine. So the best way to tell if they're ready is if you pick up a plant, and I'll just cut this one free now, and they have some roots kind of pushing out to the bottom of the pot. That means there's going to have an extensive enough root system to easily be able to support itself without that nutritional help through that stolon attached to the mother plant. If you want to know how I went about cloning these and a little bit more detail around the science behind these so-called stolons, then please check out the video links in the description below. So whilst I remove the rest of these, I just want to tell you a little bit about why I'm so obsessed with this particular strawberry variety. So if you talk to any of my friends or family, they know that I have a bit of a problem. Well, I say it's a problem, a bit of a thing when it comes to growing them. And it even went as far as making it into my father-in-law's speech at my wedding. But I just think they're so amazing. They're so easy. They make plants pretty much themselves for free. And so I think they should be a staple in every garden. Just 2 more pots left before we've got all of our strawberries that I'm cloning this year. I mean, you can see next to me, I could have easily, and it's going to kill me to try and remove these later on, could have easily grown probably 5, if not 10 times the amount that I've grown this year. But there's a limit when you've only got a little garden. If I had a strawberry farm, tell you what, I'd be cloning probably thousands of these. And there you have it. That's all the strawberries that I intend to clone this year. But then again, you never know. So the reason why I've cloned so many of these is because something funny actually happened at my workplace last year. So if any of you don't know, I'm actually a science teacher at a local secondary school. And one of my classes took a particular interest in my strawberry growing empire. And unfortunately for them, now a few of them have said, that was all it needed before me to kind of hatch a cunning plan of how can I integrate a little science experiment with growing strawberries. So what I actually did, being the fair scientist that I am, for the 20 students that wanted to participate, I each gave them a genetically identical clone of this marshmallow variety. And the simple aim of the investigation was, well, who can grow the biggest yield of strawberries? And all they had to do was make a few notes about the method they used, how much watering they did, what soil medium they used, the kind of pot size. And firstly, the results were amazing. 20 teenagers, all interested in growing fruit. It was great to see. I remember after one lesson, when the strawberries actually first started to grow, I had 7 kids waiting at the end of the lesson to show me a picture of their strawberry plants, which was awesome to see. And the great thing is, the prizes for the winners, for the top 3 places, were more plants. So I'm going to give out some white strawberries, some raspberries, and hope they extend their growing obsession into their gardens. And hopefully the parents aren't too unhappy about having some additional fruits. So to cap it off really, if I can convince a load of teenagers to go out there and have a go at growing some strawberries, potentially even clone them in the future, I'm hoping this video has given you a little insight and confidence to having a go at cloning these strawberries yourselves. And believe me, when you've got your own little strawberry empire like I have, you will not regret it when it comes to harvesting those delicious fruits. All the best.